We've been rocking out, but let's actually rock out some more with the absolute Armageddon, the Viking Armageddon that is Banner Saga 3. Last time we followed this group, the Ravens and Ivor and all them, the entire time. We didn't see Yolette at all. I think we have a fight ahead of us. We're here at... Oh, God. I can never... Ridgehorn. This ain't his hour to be awake. Right, yes. Yep, that's true. We're here at Ridgehorn. The only things that we can do are consult our hero page, which we have some injuries here. Cool kids table. That's right. You're no longer at the kids table. You're at the adults. If the mod ability had any significant power, I would say that you should be flattered, but it's kind of not that. Yes, I am the god of hellfire. Oh yes, exactly, Walter. Now you can enforce the laughter. Oh shit! What have I done? What have I done? Focus, Pem. Focus. We're at Ridgehorn. We had a fight to get here. We have some injured heroes. We talked to Spar last time. And he told us all about his mead drinking horn. That apparently Ditch wants to sexually assault? I don't know. That was weird. Oh my god, level 13. I don't have anybody at level 13. -1 move. 80% maximum chance to hit. 50 minutes. Yeah, that's right. That was a pretty epic fight. 1 strength damage resist. Okay, so 3 strength attack, 3 break. Ah, so not 3 strength. You don't get 3 extra hit points, you just get 3 extra on attack. At the cost of 1 less movement, 80% maximum chance to hit. So no matter what the situation, you'll miss 1 out of 5 times. And 1 strength damage resist. That would be a good thing, wouldn't it? Well, I gotta get somebody to level 13 then. Can I even do that? Oh yeah, I can do it. Here's level 12. Fire. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Confirm. Cost me how much? 10. Let's not right now. Let's not. Let's promote him again instead. So now he's level 13 is Ivor. Ivor the Unmoved. I don't think I've actually even looked at what this is. 30% to avoid any killing blow. 20% to regen and +1 willpower per turn. Regen meaning health? Oh, no. Not and. 20% to regen 1 willpower per turn. 2 or 3. Okay, I got it. Frankie did stop by. He stopped by long enough to say, I'm not feeling well. I'll see you next week. Yes. Thanks, Max, for the information. God, I could promote him again. Fire. Ba 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 fire. I'm gonna be singing that all night, I think. Da 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 da. That's what a bard does, my lord. You know what? Thinking about it, going forward, I bet that these are more valuable than the points I would get from a regular old level up. Right? I'd get 2 points, which I could turn into like a 10% chance to avoid strength attack, or I could give her another armor, another strength, and an armor resist. It's the great song. It is! Yeah! Oh, man, now I wish that it was involved in the Shivering Isles DLC somehow. Okay, tell me if you agree with this, you guys. I was thinking about this the other day. We're talking Elder Scrolls now. This is not related at all to Banner Saga 3. Apologies. Okay, so Morrowind, 2 DLCs. Tribunal and Blood Moon, which involved the Daedric Prince, her scene. Oblivion, 2 DLCs. Knights of the Nine and Shivering Isles, which involved Sheogorath. Skyrim, 2 DLCs. Dawnguard and Dragonborn, which involved Hermaeus Mora. Is it a standard thing, or is it just a coincidence that one of their DLCs will involve a Daedric Prince in some form or another? Skyrim had 3. Oh, right. Skyrim had 3. Hearthfire. Yeah. Honestly, when Hearthfire came out, I was like, this is stupid. Because Dawnguard had come out, and I'm like, oh, cool, an expansion. And then Hearthfire came out, I was like, what the fuck? Hearthfire is the DLC of Azura. I appreciate Hearthfire more now that I've been playing the game for a while. I'm like, okay, it opens up a whole bunch of different role-playing possibilities that weren't there before. But at the time, I was not very impressed. Really, Max? Periite? Periite is definitely an underexplored Daedric Prince. I feel like Periite, Clavicus Vile, oddly Malakath, are all underexplored in the games. I'm trying to think who else. Nocturnal gets her own quest line. Her scene kind of sort of gets his own DLC. Hermaeus Mora gets his own DLC. Sheogorath is very thoroughly explored. Molag Bal, Mehrunes Dagon have all been main enemies. Clavicus does get some time in the novels, that's true. Sanguine is fun. I don't know that I ever did his Oblivion quest. His Skyrim quest is quote-unquote fun. It drags you all over the goddamn place. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. God, there's like 16 of them, so I'm never gonna remember them all. Meridia might be underexplored, but I don't really care about her. She seems kind of boring. Azura had pretty much an entire game. Oh, that's right, because Jigglypuff is a real thing now. He's not just half of Sheogorath, he's his own thing. He didn't figure into Skyrim at all, did he? He didn't appear once, his name wasn't mentioned once, that I recall. Huh. You would think that they would have mentioned him, given that he was one of the main characters in the previous game's major DLC. Da-da. Da-da-da. Yeah, Mehrunes Dagon is kind of boring. Molag Bal I find similarly boring. The only thing he has going for him is that he's the father of vampires. That's kind of cool. Malakath, I wish that they would explore more just because he seems like a tragic figure, given that he was once a awesome good guy warrior and then got somehow destroyed or eaten or marginalized or whatever. Seems like it would be interesting. And the orcs, on the whole, the fact that they made the orcs elves was one of the more interesting things in Elder Scrolls lore to me. Like Bal's Skyrim quest. That's the one with the dude in the house, right? Ah, people theorized he's making his own Oblivion plane. Okay. I mean, Molag Bal has an entire MMO now, right? Okay, here we go, Walter. Okay, sorry, everyone who's catching up on YouTube. If you're like, hey, get the fucking game, just give us a minute because we're talking Elder Scrolls lore here. This is fun. Azura, Morrowind, Boethia, not thoroughly explored. Clavicus Vial, I think, is one of the less explored. Hermaeus Mora got his own DLC. Hercene sorta got his own DLC. Malakath. Maren Stegon was the main bad guy in Oblivion. Mephala, Meridia, boring. Molag Bal, main bad guy in ESO. Namira, not really anything special exploring her apart from her regular quests, but she's also just kind of disgusting, and I don't want to think about what they would build around her. Nocturnal got the Thieves Guild questline in Skyrim. Periite, underexplored. Sanguine, probably underexplored, though his quest in Skyrim was a big one. Sheogorath got an entire DLC. Vermina. I think... yes, that's true, Max. Molag Bal's shtick is not too different from Maren Stegon. I was just about to say, I feel like Vermina's quest in Skyrim was actually one of the better Daedric quests. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Not just because it has my favorite follower Erender in it, but the idea of the dream sleeve and traveling back in time. Vermina, oh, yeah, actually visiting her realm in Oblivion would be, ooh. I might actually be scared for the first time in an Elder Scrolls game if they did that. Oh, that'd be horrifying. Would give me nightmares. Which is her thing. So yeah, maybe there's others that are similarly underexplored. Namira certainly, I think, is underexplored. But in terms of the ones that would be interesting... Mara, protect us both. All I want is for each prince to have a game where their domain is given some genuine... yes, serious consideration. Exactly. Explored what comes after, like Martin sacrifices himself. Yeah, I would think it would be cool if, I mean, this is a pipe dream, but it'd be really cool if each Daedric prince got their own DLC a la Shivering Isles, where you actually got to see their realm and interact with them personally. I know that's a big ask, but I think it'd be awesome. Sanguine. I would think it'd be hard to make Sanguine interesting beyond just you get drunk all the time. I don't know. That's probably not fair. I don't really know how else they would... What else can you do with Sanguine? Nightbot is in full effect. That's good. Wait a minute. With Folka, I didn't promote her. She's still rank 11, but I did give her this, but she still got 2 points to play with, or was that there from before? Least mortally dangerous. Yeah. I would agree with that. I'm just looking through the list again. Underexplored. Vermina, Sanguine, Periite, Namira, Mephala, Malakath, Clavicus Vial, Boethia, I think actually is still underexplored too. Ones that I would find interesting: Boethia, Clavicus Vial, Malakath, Mephala. I'm just listing them all off again. I wouldn't find Namira too interesting. Periite I would find interesting. Sanguine I wouldn't find too interesting, I don't think. Vermina I would find interesting. I don't know. Yes, you're right, Walter. A lot of it has to do with what they end up doing with it. I would have never thought that I would have never thought that. Oh, what the fuck was I just gonna say? I never would have thought that Hermaeus Mora would have been that interesting, but there he was. Most and least dangerous prince. I gotta keep scrolling up to Walter's list here. Hang on. Again, apologies to anybody who's actually watching this for Banner Saga. Sorry, Stoic. We'll get back to you guys in a second. Actually, thinking about it, Azura's kind of boring. She's a good guy. It's like, I don't know. That's not that interesting from a Daedric prince. Least dangerous. I would say Sanguine or Meridia, maybe. Most dangerous. Well, Hermaeus Mora is the god with the Prince of Knowledge, right? He could be potentially infinitely dangerous. Boethia is all about, I forget, Boethia and Mephala realms get twisted up. Their focuses get twisted up to me so often. I can never remember which one's like secret murder and which one's. Mephala is the Dark Brotherhood one, right? The Morag Tong one. Whereas Boethia is more like domination, I think. No, domination is Molag Bal. I don't fucking know. Most dangerous. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Mehrunes Dagon, actually. Prince of Deceit, Conspiracy, Treachery, and Sedition. I'm gonna say Mehrunes Dagon. I'm gonna agree with Walter as the most dangerous, just because he seems like it seems like his thing is just a bad temper. God of destruction, right? Like, it seems like maybe with the exception of Molag Bal and I don't know, maybe a few others, but it seems like with most of the Daedra you could perhaps reason with them. Like you could say, whoa, 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 okay, let's just tell us what you want and we'll work it out. You don't have to do whatever evil, nasty thing you're going to do to us. Lies, sex, murder, secrets, and plots. Boethia's deceit, conspiracy, treachery, sedition. Lies, sex, murder, secrets, and plot. See, it's hard. This is why I get confused, okay? Conspiracy, Boethia, could be similar to secrets, Mephala, or plots, Mephala. Murder, or likewise treachery, would be similar to secrets and plots. Deceits would be similar to secrets and plots. Mephala is lies. Boethia is deceit. They're too goddamn similar. Good point, Max. Yeah, Vermina has a potential that hasn't really been explored yet. Molag Bal, because he wants to dominate you, most others will just kill you. Molag Bal definitely seems the creepiest. The fact that he's the king of rape is just like, well, huh? I've always thought of Mephala as like the sneaky, murdery one, and Boethia as like kind of an evil Athena or something, like more of a straight up like let's fight, but do it evilly. I don't know. That's not fair, is it? No, that's not right. Just in my head, that's how I've kind of always thought of him. All right, yeah, we could go on about this forever. Okay, Boethia was, I killed you to prove I was alive. Mephala is, I killed you because it was convenient. Or because it was required, I would say. I would add on to that. Yeah, Boethia seems, in my head, Boethia seems more like stately, more upfront, whereas Mephala seems more sneaky. Like they both want the same thing, but one of them's going to achieve it by just doing it and telling you, fuck you if you can't stop me, whereas Mephala's going to be like, you never saw me coming, motherfucker. Haha. Stab, stab. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Publican. I think that's basically lines up with my thinking. Okay. I'll let you guys continue in the chat and I'll respond if you continue with the talk about the Daedric princes. I'm going to try to actually get something done here, though. I just went back and forth between screens and got nothing done. I still have 21 points. We're going to Ridgehorn. Presumably there's going to be a big fight here. Let's focus. No, he did not get 2 points. So that means Folka had the 2 points there and I didn't use them before, which means I'm a boob. Can't promote her. You're not eligible for promotion, Valgard. Ivan is, but it costs too much. Ivan's only level 8? What a punk. Guess that's on me more than him, but I'm surprised that it's not higher. Rank 4 would require more points than I have. Likewise, Folka would also require more points than I have. I think I'm just stuck. I can't promote anybody, and I cannot increase anybody's name. That said, I'm going to give that to Valgard, and that... Oh, shit. No. That to Oli, that back to Valgard. Alright, you guys ready? Clip something good for me. Oh, shit. What could you possibly clip in that conversation that would be worth replaying for posterity? I wonder. Alright, gang. I don't know what's happening here, but we're at Ridgehorn. Back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected. That's a Snoop Dogg line, isn't it? Back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected. Something, something, understand. I'm pretty sure that's from Dr. Dre. I mean, it's Snoop Dogg's line. It's... Okay, Max. Alright, that's fair. 1, 2, 3, and to the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door. Ready to something something, so da 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 da. Give me the microphone first, so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together. Now you know you in trouble. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. How do I know? I can't believe I'm remembering these words that much. I haven't listened to this album since college. That's got to be The Chronic, right? I think that's The Chronic. It's like this and like that and like this, Anna. It's like that and like this and like that, Anna. I can't remember the rest. I never really cared for West Coast rap. I am old, you're right. God damn. Yeah, that album was super popular when I was in college. Every party that I went to my freshman year, that album was playing pretty much just on repeat. People would just play it on repeat. Yeah, I'm old. I never really dug the West Coast sound. I always liked the East Coast hip-hop better. Nas, I think, is my favorite rapper, probably. Tower! Let's just do it. Let's see what the hell happens. This is the culmination of something. Okay, here we go. It's taken us damn near half an hour to get here. Here we are. Ivor says, I thought you'd be helping Ivan. Juno says, I had to check on something. Look to the horizon. The serpent writhes in the distance. It knows we're here, but it won't approach. Hopefully. After the last two encounters, I can understand why. The last encounter is... I remember that Juno... I think it was Juno, was inside of it and then, like, split her way out of its belly. The previous encounter to that... What was the previous encounter to that? Was it the one at the Varl City on the bridge? It showed up, but I don't remember it doing anything. That's the one where we fought Bellower, where Ivor lost his arm. But I don't remember that... Actually, he lost this arm. But I don't remember that the lizard did anything. He just showed up and went... and then walked off. Crawled off. Never slithered off. Alright, anyway, what does it want? That's the important thing, I think, that Ivor cares about. Juno says, I believe it is simply waiting for an opportunity. For now, it is just trying to discover what we will do next. Ivor says, I know the feeling. That's kind of a burn, actually. Low-key, like, throwing shade there. It's like, it wants to know what we'll do next. Yeah, I'd also like to know what we're doing next. Juno says, these horn towers are portals the Menders built long ago. They allow us to enter the inner earth, the Dredge home. Wait a minute. Ridgehorn? What's the other horn that you're talking about? Was that with the Valka Tower that we faced off against Bulwark at the end of the second game? And, not to get back to the Elder Scrolls, but does that not remind you a bit of the towers in the Elder Scrolls, right? The White Gold Tower, Throne of the World, Direni Tower. Isn't Red Mountain a tower too? They're like focal points of magic and stuff. She says they're portals. Built by the Menders long ago. Allow us to enter the inner earth. So the Dredge are from inside Red Mountain, the main Green Boy. Green Boy? The main is the leader of the Khajiit, right? He's an individual. Green Boy must be the big walking tree thing in Valenwood. The Hist are a tower? That's interesting. I did not know that the towers could actually be non-structure things. Green Sap, it's called. Oh, is Numidium a tower? Ah! This is so weird. We're getting into such weird, freaky lore. Yeah. Anyway, apparently Ridgehorn is a tower that allows entry into the inner earth where the Dredge are. The Dredge live within the earth. The Altmer's Tower. Was the Altmer's Tower on the island that keeps disappearing? The Sigix island? Is it Artaeum? Is the tower on Artaeum? It used to be in the Somerset Isles, and now it just disappears all the time. Or it disappears and reappears in weird places. That crashing sound effect was like, sounded like it was coming from behind me. Yes, I know. I feel bad for the producers of this game because we're not talking about their game. We keep referring back to the Elder Scrolls. Unfortunately, we just got sucked into Elder Scrolls lore and we can't get our heads out, or I can't get my head out. Anyway, the Dredge live inside the earth. They're like mole people, basically. Ivor says, I knew the Dredge came from below, but inner earth? Like caverns? Juno says, no, not at all. Imagine another world with sun and sky like our own, but within our own. We love you, Stoic. We do love you, Stoic. Thank you, Stoic. Okay, so this is getting back to like Norse mythology now. She's describing like Midgard versus whatever the hell the underworld is called, where each world on Yggdrasil, the tree, was its own universe essentially, but they were above and below each other. Asgard, Midgard. I can't remember what the lower one was called. Okay. Juno says, this will be a dangerous path, but the quickest route to the place where Ivan will undo all this. We're walking into another dimension, basically. Juno sees the skepticism on your face without looking. She says, I also came here to speak with you privately. I know Ivan may seem unusual or unapproachable, but he is a good person. I don't trust her. She's already cast her mind mojo on me a few times. And I don't mean that in the Austin Power sense. Her mojo. Seem an unlikely pair. Usually if you have to tell someone you're not bad. Ellipses. I don't care very much, honestly. What would Ivor's opinion on Ivan be to this point? Ivor's been around with him pretty much every step of the way, right? Let's just say you seem like an unlikely pair. Juno says, I can see why you'd think that. The fact is, I saved him and he saved me. He is kind and devoted. If I remember correctly, Juno was sentenced to death by the Valka, the Council of Menders, for controlling other people's minds, which is considered anathema, which is forbidden by the Menders or the Valka or whatever. She was executed and killed. Ivan was apparently another Mender or Valka who loved her, stole her corpse, took her to Ridgehorn, and brought her back to life, or tried to, when we discovered him there. We left Juno's body behind, but she did, in fact, come back to life, and we met her at Borsgard, I think. So, he saved me, I understand. He saved her. When did she save him? I don't know if we've heard that story. There's a smile on her face, and you realize that it may be the first you've seen. She says, I don't know how to talk about it without sounding like an infatuated girl. She's in love! Ooh, dish girl. I truly love him. Oh my god. I know it won't excuse things to say the Valka lead different lives, hard in their own way. But don't we all deserve to be loved by those who would do anything for us? You know, oh god, Max, okay, hang on. We're getting back into the Elder Scrolls now. Adamantia, the Bretons. Adamantia is also the Durrani Tower, I think. Red Tower, which is Red Mountain. Crystal-like Law for the armor. Okay, we haven't seen that one. I don't remember hearing much about it. White Gold for the Aliens and Imperials. Orichalc for the Okudans, Redguards, Left-Handed Elves. Haven't heard much about that. Walking Brass for the Dwemer, that was Numidium. Green Sap for the Bosmer, that must be the Elder, I think it's the Elder root. Snowthroat is Throat of the Worlds. Doomcrag. I don't know about Doomcrag. Adamantia is Durrani. Okay. Oh gosh. I've never played Arena or Daggerfall, and I've certainly not explored any of the side games. Redguard and all that. Doomcrag was in ESO's Orc DLC. Well, I haven't played ESO, so I don't know shit about that. Shit, I was just going to say something in response to Juno's comment, and now I can't remember what the fuck she said. She loves Ivan. She's infatuated. Hissed Argonian's main Khajiit. Okay. Well, anyway. I'm trying to think. I can't remember what it was. She continues, but don't we all deserve to be loved by those who would do anything for us? Don't we all deserve to be loved by those who would do anything for us? I don't know that Ivor would agree it's a given that we all deserve to be loved, and I don't agree that he would. I don't think he would agree that it's by those who do anything for. I think he'd say no to both. I have to admit, it's hard to know what I should believe. You two are not making it easy. I think I'm just going to say it's hard to know what I should believe because I don't really know that I know what he would say. Juno says, it is not lost on me. When you asked to come with us, I was uncertain. I didn't want to take you away from loved ones. But I'm glad to have you here. I consider you a friend, one of the few Ivan and I have left. I remember what I was going to say now. Okay, so the Valka, the Menders, whatever, in this game series kind of remind me of the way that the Mage's Tower is treated in Dragon Age, at least in Origins. I've only ever played some of Origins. I haven't played the second or third game. But the mages in that game are kind of sort of distrusted. They sit up in their tower and they practice their magic and they do all kinds of weird twisty things, blood magic and all that. I mean, some of them do. They're kind of forbidden from it, right? It kind of seems like a similar dynamic with the Valka here, where they're kind of thought of like as by regular people as just kind of weirdos, and nobody really likes them that much. Obviously, the fact that it seems like Juno and Ivan are responsible for the end of the freaking world would probably add to that too. Maybe I'm misremembering how the Mage's Tower is treated in Dragon Age. Glad to have you here. I consider you a friend, one of the few Ivan and I have left. How everyone else thinks over your life. Yes, exactly. Just weirdos who aren't worth your time. She says, I will do what needs to be done to fix all this, no matter the cost. Oh, really? Because I'm pretty sure that the reason that the world's falling apart in the first place is because you couldn't deal with the shit you had to deal with at the time. You didn't want to pay the cost before. Juno says, and I've decided that no matter what happens, I will not influence you again. I promise you that. I don't trust Juno as far as I can throw her. Trust is important. I just said I can't trust you as far as I can throw you, and I can't throw you, even Ivor can't throw you that far. A whistle reaches you on the wind. You leave the churning coils of the serpent on the horizon and return to where the others have already entered the tower. The fuck? Where was this the first time we were here? Oh, beneath the tower. Okay. You join the others, already waiting in an enormous chamber beneath the towers. Oh, I get it. The main. Oh, I get it, Walter. Oh, that's a very oblique pun that you just landed there. So, what do you expect? Oh, excuse me. So, what do you expect to happen next? Spar sputters. Ivan steps to the edge. We jump. Ain't no way. I'm just thinking, as a real person, even in a realm of magic and mystery, ain't no way I would jump into this hole. Heavy footsteps echo off high walls, and a dreadful outline stands in the doorway. Oh, shit. Well done, witch, says Bulwark. Made a fool of me again. Even from here you can tell he's shaking with rage. Ivan screams for everyone to jump, but there is only hesitation. Volka turns and walks to Bulwark. Bulwark better not kill Volka. I'll be pissed. Feather fall. Slow fall. Caravan watches Volka with rapt anticipation. She's not going to be able to talk him down. He's got snake juice in him. Serpent guts. Volka says, I doubt we'll get another chance to talk, Bulwark, so I had to know. Is there anything left of you in there? Bulwark says, I never left, Volka. You left. Volka says, we thought it was what you wanted. I thought I was following orders. Bulwark says, what's done is done. Volka says, yeah. That does sound like you. It's the good beast! You're right! Oh no! Bulwark, you asshole! My drummer has been killed and is a fur on the back of the biggest asshole in this game. Ivor says, you get as... Oh, wait, no, Ivor's just thinking. You get as close as you dare. The two barely acknowledge your presence. I think we're more so concerned with keeping Volka alive. Let's warn her off. He'll kill you, Volka. Bulwark says, better listen to him. I'm almost as unpredictable as the company you keep. Good night, Max. Thanks very much for hanging out. Sorry to hear about the rain. Hope you can hang out next week. Thanks very much for being here, though. I appreciate it. It was fun to have you. Volka says, what if the Valka can undo this, Bulwark? What if they really can? It doesn't have to end like this, you stubborn dolt. Bulwark says, okay, sorry, Max. Like Walter, your joke was too obscure for everyone to catch. Bulwark says, they lied to you, Volka. They're lying still. Bulwark points his axe at the Valka. Static flickers across Ivan's shaking hands. Bulwark says, those two took our reputations. They took our freedom. They took my life. They did all of this. You're still alive, you weirdo. Even if they can save this world, I won't allow it. I hit the mic, sorry guys. I'm not sure that I understand Bulwark's motivation at this point, other than he's just a monster with snake guts in him. He's not making much sense. Volka says, are you kidding me? Life's not fair? Is that your argument? Even when I was 8 years old, I never gave you such sniveling drivel. My god, you've been around him since you were 8? I can't imagine Bulwark taking care of an 8-year-old girl. That'd be awful. She says, don't destroy everything we've made to save your pride. The Ravens need you. So do I. She doesn't realize that he's completely gone. You feel the slightest shift in Bulwark's demeanor, but in a blink it's gone. Bulwark says, jump down the rabbit hole, Volka. I won't stop coming until every one of you is dead. Maybe Bulwark's just a dick. An understatement. Volka says, that's all you've got for me? Me? Volka snatches Bulwark's axe from her belt, the one he threw near Strand, and pushes it into his hand. What are you doing? She says, if this is just revenge, why wait? Pull Volka away before something goes wrong, or trust her intuition. I just said, what are you doing? So I don't think I would trust her at all. Pull her away. I'm tempted to do this because I want to see what happens, but I think role-playing wise, this seems like nuts. Ivor says, "Jump, Folka." Worse for wear. Oh my god, I can't believe we're jumping into this fucking hole. Seems like a bad idea. Pull her! Things are suddenly moving too quickly to react. You heave Folka aside as Bulwark cleaves through one of your horns and buries his axe in the side of your face. Hot blood splutters forth. Your sight darkens and the room spins. Somehow Folka manages to drag you in the pit. Oh, shit. Lightning arcs from Ivan's staff, scorching the ground around you in wild patterns, catching Bulwark's fur cloak on fire. Oh no, the good beast! Ravens reluctantly leap into the pit and you follow, tumbling down into the darkness as the light from the hole above recedes. A roar rings in your ears like the bellow of a sunder. Bulwark leans over the edge, his face wreathed in flames from the smoldering cloak. It's the last thing you see before everything goes black. Everybody's fucked up. Bulwark's on fire. Ivor's face is cleaved in half by an axe. And now, of course, they decide to take us back to Alette. Crap. We're with Alette now. I didn't read what the chapter name was. Ah, shit, I missed it. Sometimes you awaken more tired than when you fell asleep. This is one of those times. Alio is silently sitting bedside. Alette says, "Alio, were you watching me sleep?" Alio says, "What? No. Yes, I mean, Oldleaf sent me to get you. Wasn't sure whether to shake you awake or let you..." Alette says, "What's happening?" Alio says, "Nothing good. Even without Ruga, his followers are stirring up new trouble out by the gate." So that's right, we beat Ruga to death. When I thought we would just shoot him with an arrow, Alette killed him with her fists. Alio says, "Oldleaf's trying to talk some sense into them now." Oldleaf's there by herself? Alio says, "She wanted to let you rest, but by the time I left, things were starting to become heated. I hate to say it, but we should bring as many clansmen as we can find. It could be a grave mistake to leave them behind." Alette says, "You don't think they'll be safer here?" Alio says, "I don't think we'll be safe without them." Oh boy. Alright, I gotta remind myself what the situation is here. Mogr, Petrus, Trigvi, Alette. You still have Ursa. That's good. Alio, Gudmundur, Ubin. Ubin Jenkins. Gunnulf, Gris. Why did Gunnulf get knocked out of my party? Ubin Jenkins. 3 points. Holy shit. Just want to see if anybody has any stray points they can use. $82. Okay. We've got some to throw around, don't we? Gunnulf left you guys with Ubin, if I recall, but I haven't seen the script for ages, so I may be very far off. At least he has fried chicken. add you a title, huh? Willpower and willpower regen. Strength at the cost of armor. More armor. Willpower resist. Less aggro and more move. More move, more damage. Then later on, less aggro. I think this one makes the most sense. More movement, more damage, less aggro. Gunnulf the Wolf. What's the best way to use these people? What do you even do when you do Tempest? Reveal weakness. Points out a target and explains where to hit it to maximize damage. Make sure other heroes are positioned to attack the selected target. Stronger together. By standing next to an ally, Ubin's confidence and experience allow improve this. Okay, improve the strength damage dealt by both himself and his ally by 1. This bonus remains until Ubin is no longer adjacent to the ally. When multiple heroes stand next to Ubin, each gains the benefit of +1 strength damage, while Ubin gains 1 strength damage for each adjacent hero. Alright, Scrivener. I don't know why I haven't used you. I mean, why you haven't been available as an option before now. Then again, maybe I'd rather have... Oh shit, you got a lot of break though, too. I'd rather have Gunmunder. Alright, well, I'm not going to have Gudmundur in the group. Let's give that to Ubin. It's a 3 Varl party, though. Is that too many Varl? Needs 2 kills to be promoted. All right, let's go with that for now. We're not even at a fight yet. I don't know why I'm taking so much time. Can't go to the market. It's either rest or go to the gate. Let's just go to the gate. We don't need to rest. So it tells me we got a fight ahead of us. You squint in the sunlight outside the cool shade of your tent, and the smell reminds you of the small farmhouses you once lived near in Skogar. The field is full of horseborn, a lot more than there were before. Ubin stands in their midst, shepherd of a confused flock. He's chatting with Gunnulf, catching up on lost time. Ubin spots you and waves, beckoning you to join them. Yes, you're right, Max. These horseborn lost a lot of leaders all at once. He tells you about the new arrivals. They haven't found a lot of sympathy here in Arboron, despite helping defeat Ruin. Hate to crowd your camp, but what would you think about taking them under your wing? We pissed off Canary earlier. Why would these Horseborn not be trying to join Canary? I mean, we have Skathak and Roek and whatever the other one is. Would they be more interested in following them? Are you sure that they want that? Let's ask that. We won't know until we ask, Ubin replies. At times like these, I believe it's better to have too many friends than too few. I think we're going to have an ally speak to them on our behalf. Several of the Horseborn who have traveled in your caravan are nearby. Considering Canary's troubled past, I think it would be best to leave her out of this. Wait, Canary's still with me? Ask Deirdre, veteran fighter, to speak on your behalf. Ask Roek, tribe leader, to speak on your behalf. Ask Skathak, skilled trader, to speak on your behalf. Oh, no worries, Max. It's fine. The only thing I wish is that maybe I should put this video in the Let's Stream Morrowind playlist too, since it involves a very long Elder Scrolls digression. I think it makes... I don't know why it wouldn't make sense to use the tribal leader. Roek raises his head as you approach. Do you know any of these Horseborn who arrive with Ubin? You ask. Ubin translates, chuckling. He asks if you know all the men in Arboron. Roek agrees to ask, regardless. You can't make out the words, but Roek talks with a warrior's confidence, holding their attention. Conversation emerges. By the end, he turns to you and says, "Some join." Elder Scrolls podcast. That'd be fun. True. Timestamp would make sense. What kind of trouble got stirred up that we need the whole clan? Asks Celeb. The kind that turns into an angry mob, says Alio. His favorite kind of mob. I like that in the third game here, we're pretty much just in Arboron. Like, the first and second game involve sweeping landscapes. Here, we're just, like, it's claustrophobic. We're just in a crowd of people, which we've had in spurts here and there, like Borsgard and whatever the goddamn name of the Varl city with the bridge. I cannot remember the name of that place. But most of the game feels very broad, whereas this feels like you're clamped in. It's a nice change of pace. Through still gaping holes in the splintered walls, you glimpse the dredge, indolently lurking. Bleary-eyed workers do their best to fill the cracks. The foreman spies you at the head of the caravan. Got any fighters with strong arms? God knows we could use them, and they will be well fed. Give them a token number of volunteer fighters to help patch the walls and stand guard. Give them enough fighters to get the job done quick. A few dozen at least. Ignore them, or make apologies and decline. I mean, Alio told us we need all the fighters we can get, but if those dredge suddenly decide that they want to try to get in, we wouldn't have much chance of stopping them. Or at least it'd be a hard fight. Give them enough to try to get it done. The foreman prowls through your caravan, browbeating anyone healthy enough to shoulder timber. Not all who join show enthusiasm, weary as the summer's assault left them. But the cause is worthy. Yes, I would agree, Walter. This feels like the calm before the storm, this music. Max. So many survivors occupy the dirt along the common paths. They begin to blend together. A young girl conquers her shyness and comes begging for food at your feet. Others are inspired to do the same. Compared to these people, you have a considerable amount of supplies. The real question is how much you're willing to spare for those who aren't in your clan, who will keep coming in the future. Consider what to tell the growing crowd of open hands. I imagine there is a part of Alette's soul that is telling her to share what she has. But she's spent 2 games now being the leader of a clan that is in dire straits, and I don't know that she would give away food if she knew that it could be an advantage to keep it. If she knew it would cost her to give it away. I think we're going to ignore them. By this point, you know you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Best not to think about it. The rest of the caravan silently agrees. Alright, we're at the gate. What now? Mark Knopfler. Mark Knopfler is the most talented member that's in dire straits, I suppose. Dredge killer! Shouts a woman as you approach. Contrary to what sounds at first like an angry mob, the opposite occurs. Thankful survivors crowd around, asking questions you can't answer. What if Dredge attack again? What about the darkness? What do we do now? I know as much as any of you. Hold out hope! I personally know the Valka are well on their way to fixing this. Things are bad, but we'll survive one day at a time. Leave me alone, I'm no champion. I think this is promising too much. Things are bad, but we'll survive one day at a time. That's all we can do. Their heads nod as you speak, but they're not listening. These people have been taking things one day at a time for quite a while. Still, many follow you as you head on toward the gates. I thought we were at the gates. No? Let says, at least they seem to be making some progress on the walls. Oh yeah, see where they're shoring it up. Alio says, nice when we don't have to be responsible for absolutely everything. Petra says, after dealing with that Sunder. They finally pitched in once they realized you're not going anywhere. This is cool that Alette is like, she's the hero that everybody is moving in response to. People are staying because she's staying. Again. People are working because she's there to help. The one where I want to look
to my father for guidance, but he isn't there. Despite everything else going on, it's still mankind that worries me the most.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bjork! It's not really, but it kind of sounds like her. A growing crowd is gathering at the gates. It is easy to tell the curious bystanders from the darkened faces of Ruga's loyalists, but there are plenty of different colors being flown here. The Varl are also nearby, looking uncomfortable. As you step forward, the disgruntled murmur of the crowd turns into the squeaking of rats skittering into hiding holes. You recognize the grizzled man standing before Odleaf, one of Ruga's trusted allies, with hardened men of his own. That's what I was thinking of. I didn't have Odleaf in the party, and I was confused. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, I'm sure I had somebody else in this party. Forgot about Odleaf. Joser. Oh, and Hakon, too. Why do we why we recognize this guy? How do we know who he is? Joser says, look who it is. Knew it wouldn't be long before you'd come telling us what to do. Ruga said this would happen before you murdered him. Ruga was only using you. You have no idea what a huge favor I've done. What is this all about? Joser says, common sense, you fool. She wants to get us all killed. Oldave says, no, this is about hatred. It starts with the dredge. How long before you believe that we're your next enemy? Olet says, what do you mean, starts with the dredge? Joser says, this madwoman wants to open the gates and let the dredge run amok. Oldave says, not run amok, give them a chance to live. Just as there are Varl here, horseborn. Oldleaf says, those dredge outside these gates include women and children. We know this. We've even taken in a dredge infant whose mother was slain. It has been amongst you this whole time. Easy there, Ode. You're giving a bit much away there. Tristan says, the Loyalists... Oh, no, he doesn't say this. The Loyalists show some genuine surprise at this. A disapproving murmur ripples through the crowd. Uh-oh. Hakon's on his side? Hakon says, tell me why I just lost good Varl fighting the dredge. For hundreds of years. Oldleaf says, when our leaders tell us to fight, we fight. The dredge are no different. Bellower is gone. Ruin is gone, thanks to us. Are there survivors beating down our doors, crying for blood? No, they cry out for mercy. Before he died, the king said, everyone lives. Joseph says, you're right about one thing. There is no king here, which means we don't have to listen to a damn thing you say. Don't tell me it ain't about families just because you got none. We want to see our children... You want to see our children... You want to see our children trampled by slag? Hakon says, I don't see how any of this matters. When the darkness rolls over the city, we'll all be the same sort of dead. But all things being equal, I shed no tears for the dredge. Joseph says, you're telling me you all killed Bellower? You killed Ruin, and now it's perfectly safe to let them all in here? Looking up Alette's voice actor, I found she was originally going to be blonde with braids. I think I prefer. Actually took... Really? Redhead was a later decision, huh? Blonde with braids would look a bit too similar to Oldleaf, maybe. Trester says, speak up. What are you trying to say? Shit. I feel like Oldleaf has committed us to something here that we wouldn't have done on our own. Was Alette gonna let the dredge in? I don't think that was part of her plan. Don't let fear tear us apart. Ruga was a criminal and a traitor. He lied to you. Yes, that's true. But I don't know what that leads to. What happens if we say that? Are we supporting bringing the dredge in, or are we not? We could fight dredge again in a few days. We could take a chance on peace. Make a heartfelt appeal to the masses. I can't defend the dredge. I'd say it's between 1 and 4, depending on what 1 means. I don't know that... as much as Alette likes Oldleaf, I don't know that she'd be okay with... Oldleaf... Yeah, I know. She brought up the baby, too. I don't know that Alette would be okay with Oldleaf making this kind of decision. I don't think that Alette said anything about letting the dredge in. Oldleaf just seems to have gone with this. And you're right, Publican. She threw in the baby thing, too. I want to pick this one, but I don't know what it means. I don't think Ruga had any kind of position on the dredge, so I don't know if we say this. If we say this, are we... I don't know. I don't know what we're arguing there. Go with 4. 1 seems to be very frantic given the exclamation points. Yeah, that's true. I think Alette would... Yeah. Again, maybe I'm missing something because I'm playing this 7 days apart each time I play it, and maybe I've forgotten that Alette and Oldleaf talked about letting the dredge in, but I'm almost positive that they didn't. Publican says 1. I think Alette might actually be kind of pissed at Oldleaf for even broaching this without her consultation. This is tough. Oldleaf's never led us wrong before, but why the fuck is she talking about this without us being involved? Don't let fear tear us apart. I think that means that we're going to try to let the dredge in. She's addressing the fear of the townspeople of the dredge, right? She's saying, don't be afraid of them. Ruga was a criminal and traitor. He lied to you, but that doesn't make any sense. Everybody who's been living here in the city knows that the dredge have been trying to break down the walls to get in. So saying, oh, Ruga, if he told you the dredge were bad, he lied to you. It's like, what? No. Who the fuck would believe that? Of course everybody's going to think the dredge are crazy homicidal maniacs. They've been trying to break into the city all this time. Here's what I think. This sounds like the definite try to let the dredge in. This sounds like a, do you really want to fight? Like, more like we're putting it up to the crowd kind of thing. I still don't know what this means. It would sound like an appeal to peace, but I don't know why the fuck we're referencing Ruga here. Maybe this is more so we're not addressing the dredge at all. We're just saying, look, let's not fight in here. I think maybe that's what that's saying. I'm tempted to go with this, though. Okay. I think Alette's biggest priority... I think she's probably pissed at Oldleaf for forcing her into this weird fucking situation in the first place. But I think her first priority is, let's not let a fight break out here within the walls. Let's not get us all pissed off. And I think that's what this one is. I'm assuming that this one is putting off the dredge question for now in an attempt to defuse the situation. If that's the case, then this is what I'm going to do. Because it does two things. It tries to settle this asshole down, and it also deflects the question that if we say this, we might piss off Oldleaf and she wanders off and sulks. I don't want to do either one of those things. So, I'm explaining to you what I think this will mean. I have no idea what it's actually going to mean, though, but let's do it and see what happens. Josur says, keep telling us we're all criminals and traitors. See how well it does for you. The man appeals to the crowd now, speaking loudly. Uh-oh. He says, why are we even listening to this? First they kill Meinolf, then Ruga, now they want to open the gates? How much is enough? Oldleaf says, us kill Meinolf? Are you... Josur says, looks to me like they won't rest until we're all dead and nobody's left to keep them from the throne. Who here are the real criminals? Which of us are the traitors? Angry shouts erupt in agreement. Fury fills the faces of those crowding in close. Ruga's faithful draw steel. Well, so much for trying to defuse the situation. If Alette dies in Saga 1, then Oldleaf and Rook become a couple. Maybe Oldleaf sees Alette as a kid still, her kid at that. Yeah, it could be. It doesn't seem out of character for Oldleaf to be a bit of a peacenik and perhaps step beyond her usual position. Especially if Alette is putting her in charge and going off to sleep. Likewise, though, it seems like it's perfectly normal for Alette to say, hey, what the fuck? You know? Oh, Hakon's back. Maybe I want Hakon instead of Ubin. Hell yeah, I do. The heck on? Let them in, but kick a little ass before you let them in. Ah, that could be. I have to laugh at your pun while you tyrant. 1 willpower per turn, 1 armor per turn, 1 break resist. Protects from death if strength is greater than 1. -2 strength attack. I don't know if it makes more sense for him to have that or to have that. Let him have that. What the hell? Okay, I think we're going to go with this. But, gang, we've reached the top of the hour. I think we're going to have to end it here. Which means we went this entire play session without a fight. Which is kind of a shame. We ended up talking about Elder Scrolls too much. Not that I'm blaming anybody. It was enjoyable all the same. But as much as I want to do this fight, I know, given that fights usually last anywhere between like 20 to 40 minutes, I'll be here a while if I start this now. And it's getting late. So, I think I'm just going to end it here. I'm blaming Max. No, I'm not blaming Max. I mean, Max was certainly, he was a furtherance of the conversation. But, I am the streamer. I am the one to blame if things get off track. It's entirely my doing. The buck stops here. So, if you join us next week, you will see the stunning conclusion to What the Fuck Got Into Oadleaf. That's what I'm calling this episode. Yeah, Morrowind and Banner Saga 3. It's been tons of fun this week. We had... Morrowind felt a little bit like spinning wheels, but then again, we also got to fight a bunch of Draugr and bears and Reeklings and Beast Rock. And everybody that's in the Ravens party jumped into a giant hole in the ground. I can't wait to see what that's all about. And we have this thrilling fight to look forward to next time. So, until then, everyone... Thanks very much for watching. Everybody in the chat, thanks for being here this evening. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Everybody catching up on YouTube, thanks for doing so. Until next week. That's such farting rocks. That's right, I forgot about that. Yeah, next time. Love y'all too. And I will see you guys then. Have a good night. Take care. Be safe. See you around.